in addition to everything else you do, and we're still going to get to more at LiveArt, you have intellectual property, a massive amount, on how to onboard high-level artists into this ecosystem, not just a little. I mean, that's a crazy case study with multiple generations. And so now you've already done it with multiple artists. So now you know what has worked in the past or what could work. And you can now, is this almost like a kind of an incubator for you, or a separate area of the company that can take an artist and, I mean, I don't know, what do you call that? Is it an incubator?
Great question. We call it LiveArt Studio.
Studio.
Okay. So, and that's because we help, there are a lot of pieces that go into, well, as you know, based on this case study is already evident, but it's not just like what the distribution channels are, but also what will resonate the most with each one of these distribution channels. Like if you look at how we presented the artist to the Bitcoin Maxis and Ordinals community, and how we presented the same artist to the Ethereum community, completely different, right? Completely different visually. It was sort of elaborated in a very different way. And there is a reason for it. These are different communities. They have different expectations, and you have to understand them. So this LiveArt Studio entity that we have within our company specializes in that, in how to present an artist properly to every community within the Web3 space.
And so if artists are interested in that, they contact you, and then you review who you want to work with and who you have the time to work with, and you kind of take it on a case by case.
Yes, it's a very laborious process. So we launch about once a month, an artist like this, right? An artist of this caliber. I'd love to do it more often, but for now, sort of difficult for me to imagine how I would. It's extremely laborious working with artists. It's not like, you know, the artist just says, go do whatever you want. No, you have to collaborate with the artist. The artist has the last word and everything. I mean, these are world famous artists. So there's a lot of iterations, and it takes a while, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's amazing you're doing that. Let me ask you one question about the fractionalization and the tokenization of that art. That was your kind of final iteration, at least currently. I'm sure there's going to be more. But say you now go kind of full circle back to that real world piece of art. It's a $4 or $7 million painting, for example. And now you fractionalize that, and now the digital people own it. Do you foresee ever anything in the future where I might get something physical that would represent my fractional ownership of that, like a print or something that represents? Because I've always heard the talk of fractionalized ownership of art, and part of me, Boris, has to say that I don't know if people would be satisfied knowing I own 1/1000th of that thing, and I might want to feel it or see it or have some digital representation. Maybe that's an NFT, or maybe that's a printed home that says I'm not 1 of 1,000, but 1/1000th of that. I don't know if you've thought about that or what you think that the future might be.
100% agree with you. What we are doing with our tokenization product is creating the experience of ownership.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.
It's not the experience of speculating on the price of the underlying asset. That's not interesting for many reasons. What people are interested in is the experience of ownership, right? If you're owning a little shard of a Warhol or a Basquiat or a Kusama, that experience needs to be elaborated. And so really our fractionalization product is about that. It's about the experience of ownership. And you know, some of the components of it is that, number one, how you acquire those shards, and you acquire them in gamified ways. You do not just come into some boring site and you buy like a piece. No, there is a whole experience about you selecting or randomly getting assigned a piece of the painting. And that piece of the painting, depending on where it is, it actually may have different values. Like right now, we're going to do a famous Warhol painting, actually print, famous Warhol print, his Superman print. And so the face of the Superman or the fist of the Superman are more valuable because more people want them, right? Than some background that is just uniform color. So that not every shard is created equal, and people compete in the primary sale for the right shard, or they want to get shards that give them like some kind of an outline of the head of the fist. And if they don't get it, then in the secondary market, they can try to buy it from somebody who does have it and then assemble that piece that they want, right? So that's part of it. But then the more they kind of aggregate of that painting, the more perks they get. So at some point they can get a digital NFT that represents some portion of it. At some point they can get a physical print or some kind of a physical memento, or doesn't even have to be on the wall. It could be a credit card, anodized aluminum kind of thing that is, by the way, indestructible, just like blockchain. You cannot burn it, you cannot do anything to it. It maintains its color and maintains its shape. And so that's something else that you can keep. And it, of course, points through a QR code to the exact place on the blockchain that proves that you own it, right? So there are different ways to create these experiences of ownership. And, the way that I describe the product that we sell to my team internally is that this is what we're selling. We are selling the experience of ownership of this physical asset. We are not selling a financial product. Definitely not. We are selling an experience of ownership.
Why do you say definitely not?
Financial product?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's enough. I think that it's a nice component of the utility of the experience of ownership, right? It's like going back to art, the legacy art market.
Right.
Very few people buy art simply as a financial instrument. Some do. There are companies that kind of specialize in that. Some do, but very, very few. The vast majority of people buy art for a whole bunch of reasons, of which the financial motivation is a part, but it's not the biggest part, right? So they want to, there is the experience of ownership, there is the bragging rights, right? Because like every piece of art is unique. If you have it, somebody else doesn't have it, and people love it because people love owning something that nobody else can. So there are multiple motivations, of which financial is one, but it's not the main.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.